Hi guys. All right, so this is the very last example that you're going to be working on. Make sure you have this foldable using models. Okay, so now we're on example number 4, and this one has to do with area model again, but it's a little bit different than how we looked at it before because instead of using the 100 units that we see within the models, we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. So this one is going to look more like the example we did in the classroom earlier. So in science, you learn that the length of one day is the amount of time it takes a planet to make a complete rotation on its axis. There are 9.8 Earth hours in one day on Jupiter. Use an expanded form model, so that's how it's different, to find the number of Earth hours in 46 days on Jupiter. All right, so with that said, I'm going to scroll this down so we have some room down here. You should have this. If you do not have this in your booklet, which I don't think you do, you need to copy this right here. So pause the video and copy this into your book. And while you are doing that, I will be working on this. So I'm going to expand this out. Okay, so now what we're going to be working on, go right here. So step 1 is to think. Rewrite the factors in expanded form, then label the model. So we know we're dealing with these numbers. We have 46 times 9.8. That represents the number of Earth hours in 46 days on Jupiter. So that is our actual problem. And I'll write it over here to the side. So 46 times 9.8. That is horrible. Let me try that again. 9.8. I'm just going to do the easy way. Okay, so now we've broken up the 46 by expanded form. Look at your 9.8, and we're also going to break that up by expanded form. We did that for both numbers. So we've broken it up, and now we're going to do an area model. So if I have, let's start right here. If I have 40 right here, 6 is going to be way down here, and it's going to be a lot smaller. Am I right? And we're going to bring it all the way across. So here is our 6. All right, so we have our 46 represented. Now we need to do 9 and 8/10. So we're going to put our 9 right here. And we know 8/10 is going to look like change compared to our whole number, which is our dollars, right? So 8/10 will come way over here. And we're going to put 0.8 right here. So here we go with our area model. So now we multiply what we have on the inside, and that's going to come over here on this section. So make sure you have this right here by step 1. Step 2, now we're going to model. Multiply to find the area of each section. The area of each section represents a partial product. That sounds familiar. So here we are now going to recreate what we just did in step 1. I have a 40 here and a 6 down here. Then I have my 0.8 here. Remember, that is a 0.8. It's hard for me to get that decimal in there. And then I have my 9 here. So remember, we're doing like a partial product. So we're doing box cluster, basically. Let's 40 times 9. What is 4 times 9? We have 36. And I add 1 0. 9 times 6 is going to give me 54. And that's going to go in that section there. If you can get yours stuck in there, go ahead and do that. What is 4 times 8? That is going to be, I'm going to move this so you guys can actually see it. I'm just going to put a little arrow up here. 4 times 8 is going to give me 32. I had 1 0 at the end of my problem. And I also have a decimal here. So I have one decimal number. one decimal number right there. So I need to go one decimal over. So my answer is 32. Does that make sense? And then my very last one is 8/10 times 6. So what is 8 times 6? 8 times 6 is going to be 48. But remember, this 8/10 is not a whole number, so it is a decimal number. I have one decimal here, so I'll have one decimal here as well. I'm going to put the decimal in red. There you go. So now we have our 4 numbers. Your number should actually be in. I just couldn't write mine in. So make sure your numbers are inside of your little boxes. All right, so now when we get to this section over here is record and add. We're going to put all our partial products together. So I have 9.8 times 46. And I'm going to put my partial products together here. So I had 360. I'm going to go ahead and put some decimals here too, because I know I'll probably need those spaces. I had a 54. I had a 32. And I had a 4.8. All right, so if we add all of those numbers up, what do we get? All right, so zeros here, 0. Zeros plus an 8 is 8. I am struggling with these 8s, aren't I? Okay, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Another 0. Carry my 1. Carry my 1. There we go. That now it looks like an 11. Not true. It was a 1. Try that again. 1. All right, so now we have 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. Carry my 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So my answer, get that off there, is 450 and 8 tenths, or 450 and 80 tenths. Okay? 450 and 80 hundredths. I'm so sorry. So 450 and 80 hundredths. All right, make sure you have all your notes put within your Photable. If you've gotten this far, you are finished. So very proud of you. Continue working hard. When I pull you for a small group, make sure that you show me that you've got it all done. All right, I will talk to you later.